Using a smart note-taking system is a good strategy to compensate for our brain's limitations. By transferring thoughts and ideas to an external source, like a notebook or laptop, we facilitate an ongoing dialogue with them, helping to better reinforce these concepts within ourselves. The system that has influenced my note-taking the most is Niklas Luhmann's Zettelkasten method. I won't go into the details of it here, but essentially it's a system that emphasizes the importance of making connections with your notes and ideas. The goal being that you want to be a connector of information, not a collector of it. Following Luhmann's note-taking principles, you become less interested in a tidy system of classification for your notes, and more interested in the context in which you may encounter the note or idea again. This is accomplished by adding links to other notes in each note you create, like a hyperlink to a website. Explicitly linking notes in this way creates a web structure similar to how the neurons in our brains are connected, or the structure of the internet. Aside from linking notes together, some other Zettelkasten ideas I use in my note-taking are keeping notes small and concise, using note sequences where one note links to another, which links to another in a sequential order, and having dedicated notes with nothing but links on them. These linking notes or indexes replace the need to try to categorize notes into subject folders. I used to use Evernote, but in retrospect I find it too limiting in its design to really facilitate connecting disparate notes and ideas. I now use Obsidian for my notes, which is flexible enough to allow you to implement any note-taking system you'd like, but is really designed for using links to make these connections. Some of the main features of Obsidian are: your notes are composed of plain text files, which can be saved locally, an emphasis on internal links for connecting your notes, the usage of panes to allow you to view and work on multiple notes at once, and extensibility with core and community plugins. I'll give a few examples for how I use Obsidian on a daily basis. First is my daily note, which contains my short-term goals, projects I'm working on and would like to work on, a brief log on how I slept, what I ate, and recent exercise, and my reflections on the previous day, since I like to make the note each morning. My workflow for taking notes on books is a 3-step process. First, I highlight the sections of the book which spark my interest. Then I create notes in Obsidian of what I've highlighted, sometimes copying and pasting, sometimes in my own words. Finally, I create a key takeaways note based on the notes that I find most interesting and useful. My last example is how I recently started using tags to identify connections I make in my notes. Let's look at this one. The problem is the answer. This was originally from Bruce Lee's The Tao of Jeet Kune Do, where he writes, "We shall find the truth when we examine the problem. The problem is never apart from the answer. The problem is the answer. Understanding the problem dissolves the problem." I encountered the same idea in David Epstein's book Range. A problem well put is half solved. Successful problem solvers are more able to determine the deep structure of a problem before they proceed to match a strategy to it. I love using Obsidian. It's one of my favorite tools for structuring my thoughts and reflecting on how I spend my time. I'm looking forward to how my workflows evolve as I learn more, and I hope you got something out of me sharing some of my current process with you.